Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Kerbal Space Program. I'm Undying Blaze, and I will be doing a lot of science today. I finally got my big engines. So, well, I haven't technically, but I do have enough science to buy them if I am correct in my assumption. So, yeah, let's just get to it and do some more science. I gotta change my camera angle a little bit. Some will be leaning up. I'm not gonna be sitting. Oh, I guess you can see me. Hello. Ah. Alright, some science stuff. Heavy rocketry, I think? Yeah. Skipper liquid fuel engine. The smaller sibling of the mainsail, the Skipper's power rivals that of large cities. Combining high thrust with reasonable efficiency, this engine excels when used as a mid-stage booster. I believe that's what I'm gonna use, because I can't get the really cool one until after I buy this one anyway. So, this is 90. Bam. Purchased it. Can't go back now. Okie dokie. Let's go ahead and build a rocket. Let's build an entirely new one. I have to see what size the Terrier's tiny. The Poodle, though. Let's see. I'm going to see about making a better lander still. But I might go with this design still, or, yeah, probably. So what I'm going to do is start off with this, and plug in my headphones, every single time. Not really, but most of the time when I start out, I forget to plug in my headphones, until I'm reminded because I can't hear anything when I click on stuff. So I still have this inline reaction wheel that I might stick at the top here, just because I need it. Ugh. Everything's going wrong today. Okie dokie. I don't know. It's really difficult to decide what I actually want to do at the beginning of a video, but when I have some opportunity like this, where I can actually build something really awesome, it is exciting, but then I suddenly forget everything that I know about Kerbal Space Program. Unfortunately. Didn't I do it like this last time? I don't know. Maybe. I don't remember. I think I did. Oh, why can't I remember? Or was it like this? I think it was like this because I know that the parachutes don't work when you try to detach. Or when you try to get out, sorry. Thinking detaching. And now my kind of dilemma is, do I use a little lander engine? Like, that's what it's for, but for slowing down, that's really the only reason. Maybe I'll have rockets for slowing down, but then I'll also have lander rockets. So what I'll do is have little fuel cells here. These aren't very little, but they're little enough. See where the middle is. There we go. Move them just up far enough. Okay. So these are ridiculously huge, but they will slow down my craft, hopefully, before I plummet to the surface, which is kind of the goal. It's completely the goal. So the swivel engines, of course, and then throw on a couple decouplers. That's interesting to say. And heat shields. Let's make sure they're on all four. Okay. What? I don't know what just happened at all. Okay. And then I need a part. I don't know. Let's see. If I could. I just don't know what I'm doing. That's the problem here. So if I have these for slowing down and they detach, the problem is that I don't have anything for landing. So what I'm going to do is detach all of these and replace these with the little tiny terrier ones. And these will be maybe my actual landing ones. No, that's still not good. No, these have gotta be there. It's gotta be like that. I just need to find a way to make sure that when I actually land, I'll just grab a little fuel tank. Until I get ladders, like, landing is really not that huge of a deal, but I would like to at least have some semblance. Fuel tanks, there we go. My goodness, I don't know why it took me so long to find it. So I'm going to have this be like a permanent part of the lander. And then what I'll do... Wow, my voice cracked. Hit puberty. Wow, it's about time. Okay. Maybe this part will be just landing rockets. Now if they fit, which they do nicely, I can have these. There we go. And I gotta test this. This will detach, then those will run, and those will. Okay, hold on. Whoop. Oh, that was right. So detach, run, fuel, detach. No. Oh my goodness. Okay, so then these will... They're supposed to detach first, but... Again, I'm just scared because I know that most of my vehicles are collision machines. So... I mean, hopefully it won't all explode as soon as I detach those. I'm hoping that the engines will just slide off. I don't know, you couldn't probably see that very well. But anyway, that they'll just slide off, and then I'll put some more decouplers here. And then heat shields. So that way, it's mostly shielded from heat. And then those will detach at some point, I suppose. I mean, I could just have them be permanent fixtures, I suppose. But that would mean I'd have to detach them. Maybe I'll have them as a emergency, like last resort sort of detach. I don't know. Like maybe I'm just going too fast or something, and then I'll have a little thruster at the bottom or something. Just because. And then decoupler and a heat shield. So of course the first thing I need to do after I finish this is test it. So anyway, there. Maybe have that be after the detach. So basically, how this will work with this really weird looking lander, it's basically made so that if I'm going at a ridiculously high speed, it'll slow me down soon enough to survive pretty much anything. I'll have this be here also, just to kind of ensure my survival. Maybe I'll even have it here. That way it won't... I think it's above the center of mass. I mean, it's really hard to tell with that, but looks like it. Anyway, parachutes will need to be their own separate stage. And as you guys saw before, I just have this parachute go, and then these parachutes usually go at the last second. And all my thrusters are really for if I want to land on another planet. Like, I could take this, in theory, this lander, and fly it up to the moon, and then use the top lander's thrusters to slow it down just before impact in the moon, and then maybe detach them, and then use the other landers just to slow down the last bit. or even use the main ones to slow it down as it touches down, and detach them on the moon, and then use the bottom thrusters to get me back to Kerbin, which would be amazing, and it probably won't work the first try, but hey, we can dream, right? And these landing struts are not probably big enough, actually. Let's deploy those. Sure, they're long enough, right? Alright, so light landings are best, I suppose, because any other landing is suicide. I mean, I guess I could cheat a little. Why not? Why not cheat? Kids, don't follow that. That's a stupid idea. Don't cheat. However, I can do this and just break physics just the littlest bit in my favor. It's not like I haven't done it before. Now I should probably put landers on here. Landing legs. Sorry, not landers. This whole thing is a lander. Alright. Now, the point is not for this thing to be able to land and for a Kerbal to get out right now. The reason being, as I've stated before, I don't have any ladders whatsoever. So any Kerbal that... Alright, I'm going to call this medium lander Mark 1. Alright. So, medium lander. Now let's throw a pretty big rocket onto it, or a couple, just so that we can test it out. So, one decoupler, and then one little fuel cell to attach it, and a much larger fuel cell underneath, with a nice huge rocket at the bottom. And we'll use all these just to keep it on. And what the heck is going on? Let's just throw that on there. Throw this up. And then we'll strut all these up real quick. Whoops. Oh, goodness, I'm just doing everything wrong right now. I want you out of here. That's all I wanted. Alright, and then we'll strut you guys together, and then strut you and you, and you and you, and then you two together, and that should be about good enough. Test. Alright, now the goal is, for this test, to not kill the Kerbal inside. And I really hope that if you guys saw any mistakes in my staging, that you don't feel too bad about it, because I will figure it out if I have made a mistake. So, starting engine 1. And I'll try to be quiet while the rockets are going, so you guys can actually hear what I'm saying when I do want to talk. And when the rockets are going, you don't have to try to listen. successful test, but we'll try it again. I made one mistake while I was staging that, and the mistake was the entire staging. So, let's try it again, shall we? Gotta check my textages real quick. Okay. That was the weirdest word I've ever made up on the spot. Alright. Let's move you down so that you're like first. And then those will detach and fire. And then detach. Detach. Nah. Those should detach after these detach. Detach, fire, landing, jettison, firing up. Okay. Now I'll save this. And now the staging should be okay. I apologize for that test, but I'm sure it was entertaining to watch. I'm going to do the same thing, except hopefully this time I won't explode. Maybe I'll just have the volume down for the whole video so that you guys can actually just hear what I'm saying. Because sometimes I actually have valuable things to say. I know it's a rare occasion, but I mean, at least I can dream that I have valuable things to say. Alright, now that I'm successfully over the space station, so I won't land on it. The space center, sorry. Alright. That should be fine now. Now if I can get this to face retrograde. Cool. Okay. Now the hope here is that this thing will actually be facing retrograde, which it's not. That was interesting. It doesn't naturally face retrograde. That's not a very good thing. That's actually a really, 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 really bad thing. And as long as it doesn't just... Wow, this barely slows it down. Dang. Alright, I'm going to just touch it down and see if it survives and nothing explodes. If the engines only explode, I'm still okay. Hey, I'm still okay. Alright, so that was alright. Now, suppose I used all their fuel to get here. I'm gonna do an EVA and repack all my chutes real quick so that I can show you guys what I mean. Suppose I used all my fuel to get to the moon, but I needed to get back to Kerbal. I want to see just about how much fuel I have left. So, shoot. Literally, though. Might as well. No, I think I broke this. No. Okay. We'll repack the chutes again. I apologize. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. Everything is crazy right now. Alright. Now, let's figure out which one. Is it this? Yeah! That's full throttle right there. That's everything I hoped it would be. Not really, I completely lied. Okay, what is going on here? I just want to be free. Help me be free, please. This is frightening. Especially since I'm not entirely sure. Okay. Well, that was informative. Sorta. Crew report, nothing. Okay. Recover the vessel. Okay, so it's not an entirely successful lander. It's mostly successful, though. The thing is yes, I can't take off, it looks like, with just that little engine by itself. However, that's on Kerbin. So suppose I was on the moon, the gravity's like a third or less or something like that. So that would probably be a lot more successful. However, without just going to the moon, I can't test that. Now, I plan on going to the moon, so that would probably be a way to test it. That's probably gonna be his demise, but hey, we can all dream, right? Now, the problem is, with that, is if I did successfully get that to lift off of the moon and get all the way to Kerbin, I'd still probably die. And I will tell you, that is because I would probably burn up in the atmosphere on the way back. So, we're just going to have to find out how things go. Hopefully I'll design a ship that doesn't need to jettison all of that before it lands. So, medium lander Mark 1. Let's load that, build a ship under it, and try testing it out.